This is Jeff's car. So in this video, we're gonna show you the Robbins top on Jeff's car. This is an OEM top. It's been on there for a while. See how well it fits. I opened the shop in 1996. We were working on S2000s essentially the day they came out. We've been installing soft tops since probably around 2000. Our biggest year, we did 52 tops in 1 year. Sold more soft tops than all of the dealerships combined. Back in the day, we did a couple of Robbins, we did a couple by, I think they were called Easy Top, and then there was another company, and to be honest, we didn't have good luck with any of them. Since then, all we've offered is the OEM soft top. This looks like something from a spaceship. Oh, wait a second, it says Porsche on it. This is the cover for his Porsche. Frame is all exposed, the cloth is off. We're putting new straps here. One thing to note, make sure you take these rubber plugs out and blow any of the rivet tails out because they will rattle and jingle around. So one other thing you're gonna need to maintain is the cable from your OEM soft top. The Robbins doesn't come with that. I remember that from back in the day. It has like a string for you to pull that through. That's something to note. Also, clear out this is your drain. This is where your water channels through and it goes down into a hose on the ground. You got to be careful not to use air pressure because you can blow that hose off, that the connection is way down there, and you usually don't notice it, and then you'll get water in the car. So this is like a little scoop. Make sure you clear that out. This is where leaves will collect. Whatever you do a soft top, this is something you should do, is just to clear this out. Get my hand in there. I'll see if I scoop some leaves out. See right there, there is some standing water, so this is just a good idea to clean that drain out. It's not too bad. Yeah, so that's where it drains. If that drain is clogged, you will get water inside the car. So doing the elastics, don't use a drill here. What we do is we have a soldering iron with a tip that's 3/16. That way it doesn't fray the new elastic. These are your straps right here. So you see we've got a nice hole there. This is the part number right here. So it's the 02 to 09. And it is the glass back window heated.
I believe this is the upgraded fabric too.
Yeah, I don't have a picture of the old fabric. I'll try to include it in the description here, but this is the better one. It's supposed to be like the OEM fabric.
Comes with rivets.
Is that new elastic?
Yeah, it looks like elastics too. Let's dump this out over here.
That's actually pretty cool. The elastic is actually,
yeah, and they're sewn.
We changed the hole positioning because they were a little bit too wide apart and not burnt through all the way, but we're going to use ours anyway. We'll use these another time. Yeah, we have our own rivets and own back-end washers that I can show you.
But if you're doing this at home, there's two pieces.
You're just going to tap those together
and you can snap them together.
It's actually pretty handy.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we won't be using those, but it's kind of nice that you get them. The rivets we use have a larger head and a back-end washer, which I think is the better way to do it, but that is handy if you're doing this at home. Here's one thing, this box is about 1/3 of the size of the Honda box. Nope. Take extra care that you don't go through and split your fabric. I wonder how many people's done that.
I hope none.
Yeah.
But it's had to have happened somewhere.
Well, if it had a sticker that said "do not cut," that's when you know somebody has done it.
Yeah.
Similar to the Honda stuff.
Yeah. That's the front, where the front screws down.
Yeah, this is the drip rail right here.
This doesn't quite have a pocket like the Honda one does, but it has area where the thing pulls through.
Yeah. If it doesn't have a pocket, do we just
Probably just fold it over.
fold that over?
Yeah.
Because the Honda has the pocket for the frame to go in here.
It sits in a little pocket. The top material looks nice.
Yes. I feel like it's thicker. Feels thicker than the Honda stuff, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It looks very similar though. So first thing we need to do is rivet this drip rail on there. So we need to do that, and then we can thread the wire through there. Let's move that just in case I do have to accidentally pull that on top of there. That would not be a good thing.
They've got like little patches already in the high traffic areas.
Yeah.
All fairly similar.
Yeah, it looks nice. I know this is a concern about the glass coming out, and I'm wondering what part. Let's go. Because it's
I'm pretty sure they're just glued in.
glued on the sides. Yeah, I don't know if it was stitched into like a pocket. Same on the top, it's just glued there. Now, I wonder if it's the glue that lets go in the sun. This is something, if we're going to put this on and just make sure we're happy with it. And if we are, I'm going to get a hold of Robbins and see if we can be an authorized dealer for them. We do, I'd say, more soft tops than pretty much anybody. This is the front section. So the OEM top has a pocket here. This just has this little tab that comes around the side to make sure this fabric covers this edge right here. I want to show you the old top here in a minute. The holes all still line up the same. There is this reinforcement part like the OEM top right here that the screws go through, and this folds around here. Hopefully the holes line up like they should do. Line up over there.
Yeah, it's going so far. Trying to get them all started before I tighten anything down.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. We kind of put them loose, then make sure the edges are covered. So this is the front section of the OEM top. So you see, this is like a pocket. This folds over the front, and this is the sides right here. So the Robbins top just has this little tab that you pull around the side, and there is no pocket here. See, this has an actual, a definite pocket there. The Robbins top, you just kind of peel this around. It's got this reinforcement part here. This is the same fabric as the outside. We're just going to be putting all these screws in loose and then make sure this is evened out, so this tab can come around and make sure this is covering that metal strip. This is that little area right here, so there's no definite pocket. You just roll this over and then pull this around the side. Listen. That is like tight as a drum. Even the glass is tight.
Yeah, the bottom panel here.
Yikes. I mean, it looks good. It's obviously going to stretch out a little bit. The OEM ones are tight, but not like this.
Not like this anymore.
Listen. Could play the drums on that sucker. I mean, it looks good, but like you just said, is that why the windows come loose? Because the amount of tension that's on it? It's putting a lot.
Glue.
I mean, there's only that glue line right there. There's a lot of tension on that. I mean, it definitely looks good though, and we don't have any of the wrinkle in around here.
Yeah. And there's like some box lines in it, but like the OEM top, kind of like that new part number, kind of has like a pull through here.
Yeah. We're going to talk about that in a separate video, that new part number.
Right.
I'm just going to make sure everything's taken care of on there.
Forgot what I just don't listen to what I just said.
It
This
might
looks better than expected
it
too. The
might
corner.
need some like a treatment on it, because it looks like if my dog was to come over here,
Yeah.
this would suck the hairs off my dog.
Yeah, that 303 everyone has good luck with, maybe.
Yeah, because it's not like a smooth, it's almost like a,
It's canvas. It's stay fast.
it's canvas, yeah. But what is it compared to the factory one? The factory one has more of a sheen, a little bit more of a nylon to it, but not shiny nylon. Well, I'm impressed that it fits tight though.
Yeah.
One of the last Robbins we did, just to give you a heads up, one of the reasons that back when Paul was here, Tom from corporate, if you know that far back when Paul worked here, Paul and I did a couple of these tops, and there was a spot here from here to here. It was loose as a goose. Like, it just felt like there was another ½ inch of fabric there that it shouldn't. Then over here, it was so tight you couldn't get the bolts in there. You almost had to like bring them in gradually. Then there was another loose section over here. It wasn't all the way that way, it was like here. That's a check with Paul. Paul remembers, I think we did like 3 back-to-back, and he even said, I don't want to do these anymore. He goes, I work all this time and put it on, it doesn't look good.
How's your front corner look over there? Is it wrapped around nice?
Yeah, I mean,
That's the only thing I wasn't sure about, but it looks good.
Yeah, it doesn't show metal. I mean, it's got a little bit of a turn up, which if anything, that will help with the rain. Obviously, when the rain runs here, if it would kick out.
Yeah, hit down the whole rail.
No, I mean, this is... I mean, so far, what do you think?
No, it looks good. Gotta get all the plastics in and get it finished up.
All back together. We cleaned and wiped down all the interior and dressed it. Make it look nice and smell nice. But there it is. Let's get it outside. Let's get a better look. So just for comparisons, this is the OEM top. We did this one pretty recent on my car. This one is probably about 2 months old. But I mean, that is super, super tight. A few wrinkles there, but I think once it sits in the sun, I think that'll come out. That one there will come out. But there it is. Let's get it out in the sun. So now the car is sat over the weekend, it's actually loosened up. I mean, it's noticeably looser, which that was my biggest concern, was the stress on this window from it pulling so tight across here, but it's definitely a noticeable difference. You can kind of see in the light now the fabric. It's that type of fabric that I think, as you see right here, it might pick up dust or lint like here. I don't know what you would call that, but it's kind of velvety a little bit. I think maybe putting like a soft top protectant on there, like 303 or some kind of rain repellent, might help that, but I mean, it definitely fits nice. So I'm going to talk to Robbins and I'll update you guys if this is something we're going to offer. That was my biggest concern, is just knowing if I put it on, it's going to last. But definitely fits better than that new part number Honda top. Right, so I'll try and make this short and not so sweet. So the new part number Honda has a 5 in it. I'll put the part number right here. That part number sucks. Honda has changed manufacturers. Whenever Honda changed the part number, it means they just found somebody else to do it. They found another manufacturer. The new manufacturer is using the same materials, maybe not the same fixtures, and they definitely don't have the same skill to put that top together, because the new part number sucks. We've installed 5, and every single one of them has the same kind of issue. We've gone back and forth with Honda, back and forth with Honda sales rep, and to be honest, I don't remember his name. He doesn't care. He pretends to care when he's here, and basically tells you all the right things. Hey, we're going to do this. He don't care. S2000 market is this big, and he's interested in the Civic and the CR-V and the whatever electric they're trying to build. So where does that leave us? Well, the new part number, I'll put it on the bottom. That number sucks. If you find a dealership, if you find a Honda supplier, that's the top they're going to sell you, because I can call my dealership right now and get one. I've just sent 5 back because they suck. The old part number is the one that fits. We've continually done those tops, and every single one of them fits perfect. So the manufacturing has changed. If for some reason there is a change, if I find out they've fixed the issue, which I am in contact with some of those guys, we'll offer them again. But in the meantime, the only tops we're offering are the old part number, and it's the ones that we've already booked in. We've only got a few, and it's for those guys that have already booked and set on the schedule. So don't worry if you're booked with us for a soft top, you're getting that part number. Don't worry, we're not going to switch you to the new part number. Now, my concerns with the Robbins top, after talking to Doug, which is their tech guy, very, very knowledgeable, and he's part of that Stay Fast fabric. I guess he's been working with that since, I think he told me, the 80s. So he's very familiar with the product. That fabric is very good. I don't have any issues with that. Even doing the research, that is a good fabric. It's the bonding of the top that is my concern. And he assured me that they warranty that window from falling out. If it's done at an authorized installer, they will work with you to get it fixed. And I think they have a 2-year warranty, which is actually very good. Honda didn't have a warranty at all, by the way. I had one top where it came, I think after a week, the fabric, the seam split. And the dealership were the ones that actually paid out of pocket to get me a new top. So the Robbins top, the concern that I had was the top being so tight. After it sat on the car over the weekend, we finished the top on the Friday. The other part of the video when Jeff picked it up was the Monday. And that's when I said the fabric feels much better. It didn't feel like a drum, because that really bothered me. Over the weekend, I'm going back and forth with Jeff. I'm texting him and I said, it's too tight. I don't like the fabric being like a drum. That is going to be the issue. And it made us feel better seeing it Monday. It loosened up. Doug told me to leave the tops up for a week, which on the Honda tops, we used to say 2 or 3 days in the sun, and it would fit better. The wrinkles would come out and it would loosen. That top felt better after 2 days. So I think that was our concern, and I feel better the fact that they're going to work with us on the warranty, and after a few days it loosened up. So we are going to start selling the Robbins top. We're only going to offer it in the Stay Fast fabric, which is the one that's the closest to the OEM fabric. It's a little thicker than the fabric that comes on the Honda. The lint part, that's the only thing that kind of upsets me, because I don't want to see feathers and hairs stuck to it and I have to keep brushing the top. But I think if we put a protectant on there, it'll make it kind of like, almost like a Rain-X type wax finish on it. It should repel those from sticking. I'll let you know if we find that. But in the meantime, if you booked in for an old Honda top, you are going to get one. If you're interested in getting a Robbins top, and it will be installed through us, it'll be installed properly. Now, we did 3 tops in a row. 2 of them were installed by other shops, and both had problems. You saw in the video, rivet tails stuck in there, using the wrong straps, and worse, they cut the plastic so they don't have to remove them. It makes installing the top quicker. Get a hold of us if you want a Robbins top. We are an authorized Robbins dealer now. You can talk to Robbins, you can talk to us. I will put more videos in the future of Robbins tops, and I will circle back around after so many months of the top being installed to show you what they're like. There's a couple of more tops we installed. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon. S2000 in the shop. It is here for a new soft top. We slit the top. That way we can take all these plastics out. It makes it much easier for us. Look how much easier that is. Yeah, one of the issues we found is these elastics, when they lose their elasticity, it doesn't pull the bars together. The idea is when you release the latch, these bars squeeze together, it takes the tension off this and they fold correctly. That's one of the issues that we're seeing a lot, and these are definitely just no longer elastic. They're just like cloth.
Yeah, you got the cap off that end?
I'll take it off right now. This is something, we found so many mistakes with this top. Whoever put this on there, you want to be proud of yourself. Ready?
Yep. Ready?
Yep. So between that and the top being, the drains being plugged up, and this isn't elastic. This is just like top material. So that's one of the things that causes problems with the top, is it needs to have elastic between these 2 bars. They need to squeeze together, and it's not going to happen if you use cloth. That is not what you use. And this is supposed to be a convertible top company. The guy that put these on, he told me that's all they do is tops. Maybe you shouldn't do just tops anymore. Maybe you should do something else. That was never elastic.
No.
That was
if
never
it
elastic.
was elastic and it was bad, it would stretch and then stay stretched, but it doesn't stretch at all.
Yeah, check that, Esther. Go ahead and give that a good stretch. Tell me if that stretches.
Give it a tear. This was never elastic.
That was never elastic.
No.
The title of this video is That Was Never Elastic.
This is like it. This feels more like cotton. It's not even. Yeah, I don't even know.
Yeah.
it's very soft.
It's nice. Maybe make a pair of pants out of it, but not elastic.
And it looks like a seatbelt material, but just cotton.
Yeah, exactly. It's about as stretchy as that stuff. So that's one of those things that we've seen 2 issues so far, the drain. And maybe 5 issues because there's clips missing and all kinds of stuff. So we're not shocked at all that this wasn't riveted together. Not shocked at all. This is like the 7th day in a row that they're cranking water. This is probably one of the best rivet guns I think in existence.
Oh yeah.
We tried so many over the years, different mechanical ones, cheap ones, good ones. Even the company that makes the rivets, we tried their gun. We always had issues. This one is fantastic. It pulls it nice and even. The rivet breaks off exactly where it's supposed to. It doesn't leave a tail. See that? Mint.
Does what it should every single time.
All right, this one's done. That is the new soft top. You gonna do the honors, George?
Oh yeah, forgot about that. I wiped the inside already.
We can. This is here for a soft top. I talked about this in one of the last videos, and he also mentioned he saw remnants of a pedal button on the floor. I don't see it now. Let me just have a look under here. This one here, there is a makeshift one that someone's put under there. That is the cruise control cancel. Basically, when you press that, it tells the cruise control to disable. Then there is another one up here, if I can get the camera angle right. This is for the brakes. And then there's one higher up there that's almost impossible to get to, that is for the safety start. We're gonna go ahead and replace all 3. We sell them in the store as a 3-pack just because your S2000 does have 3. The easiest way to do this, by the way, is just to remove the pedal. It's not a bad job. You got the 2 12s right there, the linkage, and then you have a 12 right up there. This, someone cut.
That's not necessary, right?
No, that's the top one I'm referring to. This is your safety start. This is the one that's really tough to get to. I just see it's missing. Some people on the internet have done this in position. I wouldn't try it. Now, if you're able to fit in there, maybe you can get to it. Anyway, somebody has cut that. I don't really see it. Yeah, there you go. Somebody's twisted those wires together. So we're gonna fix that. He's paying us to put pedal buttons in. Oh, here's the interesting one right there.
Yeah.
There's the brake. It's got aluminum foil and tape around it. So we're gonna put 3 pedal buttons in. We're gonna fix that wire. These are the pedal buttons. They're the OEM Honda ones. We sell these in the store as a 3-pack because we really recommend you do all 3. There's obviously 2 on the clutch and 1 on the brake. This one is the super easy to get to. This is the one that everybody goes, oh, there's a problem, and they replace it in the car, and they go, wow, that didn't fix it. Ask Jeff. Jeff called me. He was on the way to a meeting, and he goes, oh, the car won't start. Oh, there's a problem, and he replaced that one. That wasn't the problem. I'm sure Jeff remembers that day. This was the problem, and I think what he did is I told him to unplug this, put a jumper across it. That just eliminates the clutch for starting, which I don't recommend you doing. And I still think we've got to bring him in and do that. Let me put the camera down and we'll replace that. There we go. Can you see the top one on there? It's pretty well hidden. So imagine doing this in the car. You guys comment below the people that have successfully done it, because, you know, you guys could make a video just about that. And let me know your chiropractor bill if you did do it. So here's another thing. People say, hey, why don't you just put a nut and bolt in there? It's much better. It'll last forever. What is Honda thinking? Honda is so stupid. Well, this is a metal switch in here, and when you crack this or you dump the clutch, so you're racing the guy next to you in an automatic accord, and you slam that, the shock from your bolt will actually break the switch. We've seen it a few times. That's one of the reasons Honda used this. It's more of a cushion. This is one of the common issues that we see. Often when you get a guy that does a top and it sounds way cheap, it's because he cuts all the plastic. This under here, you see this, it should have a lip that goes under there, and it's just being cut off.
On your side?
See it a little bit. You see it right there. That has a lip that goes under there. They just cut that off, so it makes it
You
easier
can
to
see the
take
little
on
plastic
off.
clip right there that it's supposed to clip to.
Yeah. We see this so often. It's just a lazy way of doing it. And of course, if they give you a really cheap price, it means that they're not going to put all the clips back in and not going to put the plastics back, and they're just going to rush it. Probably a flat rate guy, unfortunately. There it is. Look how nice that is. OEM top. Unfortunately, you're not going to see too many more of these. These are becoming rare, especially the ones that fit. Look at that. Beautiful. We'll let it sit in the sun. It'll stretch out a little bit, fill in. It's already pretty good. Beautiful. Don't forget the LHT Mega Meet. It is March 22nd. It's coming up real soon. Hope to see you there. We're going to have dedicated S2000 parking. Just talked to 2 S2000 guys today that are coming from out of state that are excited to be at that meet. We're going to put you guys all up front. So if you're an S2000 fan, you're going to see a row of S2000s. You're all going to talk S2000 language. That's what we like. Everybody having the same kind of the mindset and the same kind of thought process and enjoying the same car, right?